Honda Accord has been on the road for decades, but not every generation deserves the same respect. Some were built like unbreakable machines. Others? They quietly drained wallets, failed at the worst possible moments, and left owners wishing they had never turned the key. So I went deep, looking at every single generation. The good, the bad, and the ones people try to forget, and ranked them from absolute worst to the ones that just refuse to die. Make sure you stick around, because number 2 will seriously shock you, and it might completely change how you see this car forever. Number 5. The 8th generation Honda Accord, 2008 to 2012. This is where things start to fall apart, and I mean that almost literally. On the surface, it looks like a solid deal. Bigger body, comfortable ride, that classic Accord reputation. But underneath, this generation hides a slow-burning failure that doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in, quietly, until the damage is already done. The main issue? Excessive oil consumption. And not the kind you notice right away. This is the kind that drains your engine little by little, mile after mile, until one day you hear a faint ticking before silence. Owners report needing to top off oil constantly, sometimes every 1,000 miles or less. Skip it once, just once, and you are no longer driving a reliable sedan. You are driving a countdown timer. And here is where it gets ugly. Imagine buying one at around 90,000 miles. It feels fine, drives smooth, no warning lights. You think you've found a bargain. But what you don't see is the engine slowly starving itself. Then one hot afternoon, stuck in traffic, the engine overheats. Power drops, the car jerks. And just like that, your reliable Accord becomes a dead machine on the side of the road. Fixing it isn't cheap either. A full engine rebuild? Easily $2,500 to $4,000. Complete engine replacement? Even higher. Now compare that to something as simple as checking oil regularly. Something many owners didn't even realize was necessary at that level. It's the difference between spending the price of a few bottles of oil or losing thousands overnight. And it doesn't stop there. Premature brake wear means you're replacing pads and rotors more often than expected. Suspension components? They start to give earlier than they should. It's like this generation was built to slowly bleed your wallet dry instead of hitting you all at once. That's what makes it dangerous. It lets you believe everything is fine, until it isn't. This isn't just the worst Accord generation. It's the one that betrays the very idea of what an Accord is supposed to be. Number 4. The 9th generation Honda Accord, 2013 to 2017. Now at first glance, this feels like an escape from the chaos of the 8th generation. And in some ways, it is. The oil-burning nightmare? Mostly gone. The driving experience? Smoother. More refined. It's like Honda tried to clean up the mess they left behind. But don't get comfortable, because this generation doesn't fail loudly. It fails quietly, unpredictably, like cracks forming in the walls while everything still looks standing. One of the biggest weak points here is the starter system. It sounds small, almost harmless. Until one morning, you press the button and nothing happens. Now you are stuck, and replacing a starter on this generation isn't as simple as it used to be. DIY cost around $150 to $300 if you know your way around tools. Mechanic cost easily $500 to $900 plus. That's the difference between a stressful afternoon in your driveway and a painful hit to your bank account for something that strands you without notice. Then there is the CVT transmission on 4-cylinder models. It's smoother than the old transmissions, but also more sensitive. Skip fluid changes, push it too hard, or just get unlucky, and you start to feel it. Hesitation, slipping, and a strange disconnect between engine and motion. It doesn't break instantly. Like something is off, but not off enough to fix, until it is. Compared to the 8th gen, this is less of a ticking time bomb and more of a slow erosion. You won't always get that catastrophic engine failure. Instead, you get a series of smaller hits that add up over time. Starter issues, electronic glitches, infotainment bugs that make the car feel older than it is. And that's the trap, because this generation feels safe. It drives well and looks modern. You convince yourself it's reliable, but over time, those little failures stack up, chipping away at your confidence and your wallet. It's not the apocalypse the 8th gen was, but it's the aftermath. Number 3. The 5th generation Honda Accord, 1994 to 1997. Now this is where the storm starts to pass. After the quiet instability of the 9th gen, stepping into the 5th gen feels like walking into an older world. Simpler, rougher, but strangely more honest. No layers of fragile tech. No hidden electronic gremlins waiting in the dark. Just metal, mechanics, and a machine that either works or doesn't. And most of the time, it works. This generation sits right in the middle for a reason. It's not perfect, but it doesn't pretend to be. The engines here are notorious for lasting forever if you treat them right. We are talking 200,000, 300,000 miles, sometimes more. Not because they are magical, but because they are simple. Fewer sensors, fewer systems to fail, and fewer things silently draining your wallet. But don't mistake simple for invincible. The weak point? Automatic transmissions. They are not as catastrophic as later failures, but they wear out, especially if neglected. You will feel it first. Rough shifting, delayed engagement, that subtle hesitation that tells you something's slipping. Here is where the difference really shows. If you catch it early, fluid change and filter is about $50 to $120. Shop service is about $150 to $300. Ignore it? Full transmission replacement, $1,500 to $2,500 plus. That's the theme of this generation. It gives you a choice. Stay ahead of it, and it rewards you with absurd longevity. Ignore it, and it reminds you that even the most durable machines break eventually. Compared to the 9th gen, this isn't a car that hides its problems behind software and sensors. It tells you, you feel the wear, and you hear the changes. It's like the difference between a sudden blackout and a flickering light that warns you what's coming. And that's why people still trust it. Because in a world where newer cars fail without warning, this one gives you time to react. It's not the safest, and it's not the most refined. But when everything else starts getting complicated, this is the kind of car that just keeps moving forward. Number 2. The 11th generation Honda Accord, 2023 to present. This is where things take a sharp turn. After the raw, mechanical honesty of the 5th gen, this feels like stepping into the future, or maybe the edge of it. Everything is cleaner, quieter, more controlled. This generation is dominated by hybrid power, less fuel, fewer moving parts in key areas, and on paper, fewer things go wrong long term. You are not dealing with the same transmission wear patterns or old-school mechanical fatigue. Instead, the system glides like it's barely trying. And that's the first sign something is different, because when it works beautifully. Fill-ups become rare. Stop-and-go traffic feels effortless. Wear and tear on traditional components drops dramatically. Think about this. A typical older Accord might cost you $150 to $250 a month in fuel depending on usage. With this hybrid system, that can drop significantly over time. Over a year, that's not just savings, it's survival money in a world where everything keeps getting more expensive. Because this generation doesn't break the way older cars do, there is no warning knock. If something goes wrong here, it's not always something you can fix in your driveway. A failing battery system, for example, has a replacement cost potentially around $2,000 to $4,000 plus down the line. That's the trade-off. Compared to the 5th gen, you are giving up control for efficiency. You are trusting the system to hold together. And for now, it does. Early signs show strong reliability, smooth performance, and fewer day-to-day issues. But it's still new. This isn't a car that has survived decades yet. It hasn't been tested by time, neglect, and real-world abuse the way older generations have. Right now, it's strong, but unproven in the long war. Still, compared to everything we have seen so far, this is a step forward. Less chaos, fewer visible cracks, and a machine built for a different kind of world. Not perfect, but for now, one of the safest places to stand before we reach number 1. Number 1. The 2020 to 2022 Honda Accord. This is it, the point where everything finally comes together before the world changes again. After the uncertainty of the 11th gen, this version feels like the last fully tested weapon before stepping into the unknown. It still has modern tech, still has efficiency, but it hasn't gone all in on complexity yet. It lives in that narrow window where engineering, reliability, and real-world experience actually align, and that's rare. Because unlike the newer generation, this one has already been proven under pressure. Years on the road, thousands of owners, real data, and not promises. The engines are strong, responsive, and far less prone to the long-term unknowns creeping into newer systems. The transmission? Refined. This is a car that always holds its ground. And here's where you see the difference clearly. Let's say something small goes wrong, like brakes or basic maintenance. DIY brake jobs cost about $150 to $300, while shops cost about $400 to $800. Even something slightly more involved like spark plugs or fluid changes can still be handled without diving into a maze of electronics. Compare that to newer systems where one issue can force you into dealership-only repairs and suddenly the cost of modern technology becomes very real. Fuel economy, strong, maintenance, manageable, reliability, already backed by real-world miles. Compared to the 11th gen, this is the difference between a system you trust and a system you hope will hold. Because when everything around you becomes more complicated, this generation stands as something solid, something tested. In a landscape where cars are becoming harder to fix, more expensive to maintain, and easier to fail in ways you can't predict, that balances everything. This isn't just the best Accord. It's the last version that feels like it was built to outlast the chaos, and not just survive it. If this breakdown helped you see the difference before making that decision, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Every video here is built to help you avoid expensive mistakes, handle problems before they get out of control, and keep your truck running longer without draining your bank account.